going on, everybody? It's your boy Big L, the man, the myth, the legend. And we're going to talk a little Cowboys for you here today. Whole lot of Cowboys, man. Been a rough week for us. We lost our quarterback. We've had a few days to process it. So we just going to get back into it. Get ready to move forward. Turn this down here. All respect to DJ Premier. Nice and smooth. Rest in peace, Guru. The Wick. All right, man. I hope everybody's out there being blessed, being safe. And I know I usually come in on a Thursday before the games, man. But decided to come in tonight, man. We have Cowboy Nation. We hurting. You know, we hurting. But what we need to do is, first of all, we want to send our prayers out to Dak Prescott for a healthy recovery. I won't say speedy. I want you to take your time and get right, you know. No need to rush you back this year. But we definitely want you to come on back, man. It is your home is in Dallas. You know, I know you're on the franchise tag or whatever, but your home is in Dallas, brother. So please, by all means, get healthy, come back stronger. You've been through a lot worse in your life, so we know you're a warrior, and we know you're going to fight. While you're gone, we're going to hold the fort down. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says life without Dak, man. And that's, whoo, man, that's something that kind of hard to see, considering the fact that Dak has really been there all the time, you know. He's really been there all the time since day one. He hadn't missed a start, and to see this happen to him, man, it was horrific. It was hard to watch, you know. And looks like I'm kind of blurred here, so I want to apologize for that, man. And maybe it'll pick up later on, I guess. I hope anyway. But getting back to Dak Prescott, man, it is that was a hard thing to watch, and the thing for me that really is hard about it is that how much this kid is loved throughout the league, and you know, all the love and support came in for him. We can only pray that he gets well, you know, real quickly, and don't have any sidetracks or anything, and you know, we get all of that together. Like I said, it looks like I'm a little fuzzy or something. I don't know why. Trying something new out, but I guess it ain't working like I wanted to. Anyway, man, let's discuss life without Dak, man. Obviously, Dak was the fearless leader of the team. He stepped in for Romo when Romo got hurt, and in that first preseason game, man, he wowed us. And I'm a huge Romo fan, but he wowed us. He took care of business. We didn't win that preseason game, but he showed the world who he was in that preseason game against the Rams. And so the story of Dak Prescott began at that time. And Since then, this kid has played his ass off. He has earned a contract. Let me just say that. He did earn a contract. He did earn a long-time contract, but it was a situation where they couldn't agree on terms, and Dak decided to roll the dice on himself, playing under the franchise tag. And I know a lot of Cowboy fans will be pissed off with me saying this, but the truth of the matter is he rolled the dice on himself, and unfortunately, it ended up in a bad way. As I said, life without Dak, it's going to change things for us. I mean, this offense have been putting up some points, but this defense has been giving up points. We are 2-3, but we're really a few calls here and a bad special teams play by Atlanta from being 0-5, and that's just being real. We have got to do a better job. It is beyond me to look at this defense and wonder, what are we doing? Dak Prescott is a warrior, and I like the way this team rallied for him, as we all know they did, which they should have. They rallied for him. They played a lot harder. That defense played a lot harder. And it's really not a lot that can be. I'm not going to go into the injury. We all know it was a compound fracture. I'm not a doctor or anything, so I won't go in detail to the injury. I will say that from what I've heard from reports, that it's going to take 4 to 6 months for this thing to heal and get right. What I would say to Dak is, make it 6 to 7, 6 to 8. Make sure you're fully healed and comfortable with full movement on that ankle, man. Because now you got your whole career to think about. The contract part will take care of itself. I really think you're still going to be in Dallas. I hope you're still going to be in Dallas. I don't think Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones would do anything crazy like, not signing you or whatever. I would hope that I actually would think that this injury gives him a little bit more leverage. And then you throw in the fact that he's well loved by the fans, obviously by the players, and he's well loved commercially. When we talk about, we see a lot of commercials with Dak Prescott on TV now. So he's a big time corporate sponsor, and if he's on TV, that means the Cowboys on TV, and we all know Jerry loves that. But life without Dak is not going to be easy. In my opinion, it's time to it's time to feed Zeke. It's time to go back to what we used to do. When we first got Zeke, we were running the ball down people's throats. And I mean, we were running it hard. And I think that's what we need to do now. We need to go back to leaning heavy on 2-1. I think right now, everybody's going to be looking for Zeke to step up, and I think Zeke actually wants to step up. I'm sure he's heard the naysayers and everything about, he's falling off and this and that. Of course, the talking heads do their thing, but I think this is the time 2-1's gonna step up. This is the time where Zeke needs to get about 25 carries a game, nothing less. Nothing less than 25. Of course, he's going to get some catches out of the backfield. But we really need to get back to chewing up the clock and running the ball. With Kellen Moore running this offense, man, we're going, there's lots of times when we fall behind, it's because we're trying to throw the ball all over the place, and then we give Zeke one run and he may get 2 yards, and then we go to slinging the ball all over the place. We haven't made a full commitment to the run. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that we got to get back to. That's the thing that's going to help Andy Dalton the most, is getting back to running the ball, making a full commitment to the run, and mauling people, chewing up that clock, wearing that defense down. We've seen good flashes from Zeke, but it's time for Zeke to get in that groove. And we really need to, as I said, we need to make that commitment to the run. I know a lot of people like to want to say Zeke is washed up, but if you take Zeke and you put him on the Cleveland Browns, Zeke running for damn near 200 yards a game, because Cleveland is running that rock, and there's not one running back that I would take over Zeke. So we I know our offensive line is not what it used to be, and it's banged up, it's beat up, but you need to get these big jokers up front and start mauling some people. And we need to hand it to that guy right there. 2-1. Feed him. Feed him hard and heavy. We're going to keep it balanced, but we gotta have that run game going. And of course, we're going to get Zeke out of the backfield, so that's going to be a good thing for us. I think Pollard, yes, we're going to get him some carries, but I don't like the formations that I see with Pollard and Zeke in the backfield together. I don't like to see Pollard taking carries from Zeke. Zeke needs to get the full 25 carries a game. If not more, if needed, moving away from Zeke, let's talk about Andy Dalton. Can the Red Rifle step up and step in? I really think that he can. I don't need Andy Dalton to be Superman. You know what I mean? I don't need Andy Dalton to go out there and be, I don't need him to overdo it, is what I'm saying. If Andy Dalton can go out there and play decent, don't turn the ball over, because Lord knows we had enough of that going on so far. Don't turn the ball over. Get the ball out quick. Take what the defense gives you. Let these playmakers make plays for you. Yards after the catch. Don't forget about your tight end. Schultz has done, in my opinion, he's done a great job stepping in. He's definitely, been a big asset for us stepping in. But don't forget about your tight end. And like I said, if we running that ball good with Zeke, man, this does nothing but help him out. I have a lot of confidence in Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is not your average I know he's our backup quarterback, but he's not your average backup. Andy Dalton is a 10-year starter. Okay? He's a 10-year starter. He's been to the playoffs. He's won games. He's seen all types of defenses. He can make the throws, but he has thrown some interceptions, as all quarterbacks will. Not making any excuses for that, but he's got to. As I said, I don't need him to go out there and be Superman. Not unless he has to, and of course, if he can, that's great. But for this Cowboy team to be successful, and when I say successful, I'm not talking about just winning the division, because we got some tough games coming up. Got one coming up Monday night against Arizona. But I'm not just looking at 7-8 wins just to win the division. We Cowboy fans, you know what we say. You know what? Yeah, hey, we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. That's what we say, and that's the way I feel. Even with Andy Dalton there, hey, we got just as much chance to win a football game as the other team. All we gotta do is go out there and execute. That's anybody. So with that being said, man, Andy Dalton can, he made some great throws the other day. Of course, it was the Giants, but I think with a good week of practice and getting the reps with the first team, he's gonna be fine. We just got to get this run game going. Kellen Moore, I think, would be making a huge mistake sitting there trying to throw the ball all over the place, which I don't like Kellen Moore anyway. I don't like, trying to throw the ball all over the place all the time. I think you need to be balanced. I think the run sets up the pass, not the pass set up the run. But with that being said, man, I think if Andy Dalton can go out there and, like I said, take care of the ball, take what the defense gives you, take your shot when it's there. I trust your deep ball. But be strong on your pre-snap reads. If you need to change the play to a run, change it. Because right now, teams are going to test him. They're going to blitz him. Because they're trying to see if he's still the same Andy Dalton from Cincinnati. And as always, teams are going to do what they can to stop Zeke. Teams are not going to let Zeke beat them. That's just the truth. They learned that after the first 2-3 years of his career. So, I personally think the Red Rifle is going to step up. Going to step in and step up. I hope he doesn't prove me wrong. But we shall see on Monday night. All right, moving to the defense. Oh, man, I don't know what you can say about this defense that has not been said before. We just need this defense to step up and start playing some damn ball. I mean, I've heard it scheme. I've heard it's difficult, and people don't know their assignments, whatever. Okay. Probably not gonna fire Mike Nolan, and if you do, you're still gonna be running basically the same defense. I don't see nobody changing in the middle of the year. So get the shit together and let's play some ball. The same way that you rallied, for Dak the other day, we need to start playing complete games. We need to start doing that from start to finish. We got to stop getting far behind. We can't afford that, man. Especially not now. DeMarcus Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence played a little better the other day. I think after this game against Arizona, we'll get Sean Lee back, and Randy Gregory should step in, and I think Van Der Esch is not too far off. So, and I think Awuzie may be playing this week. Did he play the other day? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So we kind of getting some people back, but we have to go out here and handle business defensively. We can't. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to step up and learn that system and make that system work for you. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about the defense, man. We just gotta play. We gotta play some defense, man. That's I can't say play better. We just gotta play some defense, man. We gotta find a way to stop teams from running the ball up the gut on us. That's the thing that's killing us. They running it right down our throat. So I need much better play from Jalen Smith and them linebackers, man. I really do. But as I said, that's pretty much all I can say about defense. It's time for this defense to stop making excuses, wake up, and let's play some hard-nosed football. Now, what I want to talk about now is we're going to go back to Dak, and we're going to discuss just for a little bit the contract. As we know, Dak played. Well, he's playing on the franchise tag. Now, to my understanding, a contract was offered to pay Dak Prescott top 5 money at the beginning of 2019. Dak Prescott and his team elected not to take the deal, and so he played the 2019 season under the last year of his rookie contract. And of course, we had the big soap opera for the off season, and the Cowboys were kind of left with no choice but to franchise tag him. Now, I've heard things, but I won't give a number. I did have a conversation with a friend this summer, and I just simply told him Dak is overplaying his hand. Now, keep in mind, the money they were offering, and like I said, it was top 5 money, and it was the type of money that everybody in that top 5, top 6, all of them either had went to the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl. And of course, Dak had not, but he was making that top 5 money. He would have been making top 5 money had he signed it. They chose not to sign it. There was talk of him holding out. Not that came from Dak directly. It was just kind of hearsay, as we all know. But he did not hold out. He came to camp. He started the season, and he was playing under the franchise tag. Now, if you listen to the talking heads, and when I say the talking heads, I'm talking about Stephen A. and Shannon, guys like that. They love to bring up Tony Romo in regards to Dak. Now, and some Cowboy fans too. Now, what I will say is this. Tony Romo never had to hold out for a contract because when a contract was put in front of him, he signed it. Now, keep in mind, Tony Romo basically carried the whole team by himself He carried that whole franchise by himself for many, many years. You know, this is a team game in which offensively all you got is Tony Romo standing behind a not so great line with no running game. All you got is Witten. It's Dez later on in your career, and you had T.O. for maybe about 2 years, maybe 3, I think, but you never had the coaching. And that's really what killed Romo, no coaching. It was Garrett. So, in regards to Dak's contract, as I said, I think this is his injury is actually going to give him some leverage. I think. I could be wrong. But I think the Cowboys will take care of Dak. I think they will sign him. I'm not going to say he's going to get the $40 million that it was rumored that he wanted. I'm going to say he's still going to get market value. Or above market value, rather. Still probably be top 5 money, which he deserves. Now, I want to throw a scenario out there. A couple of them, anyway. Let's say the Cowboys win Super Bowl, and they do it with Andy Dalton, or they go deep into the playoffs, NFC Championship, whatever, with Andy Dalton. Now, keep in mind, Andy Dalton's on a 1-year deal, too. Andy Dalton's probably only going to make about $7-8 million. And so Andy Dalton actually is playing for a contract himself, somewhere where he can go to another team, perhaps. Oh, you have to excuse me, man. I'm sorry about yawning. Oh, I'm tired. But anyway, I had to get this content to you. But anyway, Dak Prescott, as we all know, is on that franchise tag. Now, if Cowboys win the Super Bowl or they go deep into the playoffs, whatever, I've seen this question on Facebook where you think you should sign Andy Dalton to a couple of years, maybe a 4-year deal, and let Dak walk because you don't know what's going on with the injury. Nah. You got to bring Dak back. Hopefully not on the franchise tag, but on a contract. But you got to have Dak there. I've also seen the question where, you go to the other end of the spectrum where Cowboys go 2-15, 2-16, 2-14, whatever, and end up with first, second pick in the draft. Do you draft Trevor Lawrence from Clemson and let Dak walk? Now that one's intriguing for the simple fact that if that were to happen, there's no way in hell that you would not entertain drafting Trevor Lawrence. There's no way in hell Jerry Jones would not entertain that. Actually, you could either draft Trevor Lawrence and have them both, him and Dak, because sooner or later somebody's going to come along trying to trade for at least one of them, and they're going to give you the farm. So that's kind of tricky, but as I said, you would be foolish not to entertain that idea of drafting Trevor Lawrence. But let's go to Dak's future in Big D. I think his future is bright. like I said, he's got a good solid offensive players around him. The Cowboys are definitely going to have to start doing some work on that offensive line as far as getting some solid players in. You know, I can see Tyron Smith maybe having another 2 years, 3 years left in the league, possibly. I'm hoping Lyle Collins makes a full recovery and he comes back. I think Joe Looney's going to be out for a while. You know, the offensive line is beat up, so they're going to have to put some time and effort into rebuilding that offensive line. But going back to the future of Big D for Dak, as I said, I think the future's bright for Dak Prescott in Dallas. I don't see him going anywhere. I don't see him being released or cut or anything. I see him, you know, at worst playing under the franchise tag again, which if he did that, he's probably going to get about 37, 38 million just for one season. But I really see Dak Prescott spending the rest of his career in Dallas. At least that's the way I hope. As I said before, he's loved by the fans. He's loved by the media. He's loved by the corporate companies. You know, he does and says all the right things, even though he hasn't really been the best player on the team. You know, I'd say the first 3 seasons, Zeke was the best player, but you don't really see a lot of Zeke commercials, you know, and that's probably due to the incident that happened at Ohio State that he got suspended 6 games for, 6 games in the pros for, but in my opinion, Zeke was the better player. But the bigger name is the quarterback. The bigger position is the quarterback. And Dak Prescott, he's handled it well. He's handled everything very well. So I think Dak has a great future in Dallas. I don't see him going anywhere. I think Steven Jones, maybe not Jerry, but they said Dak is still, you know, the future for him. And I have to believe that. Now, let's get into some talk that I normally wouldn't get into, because I normally like to take football, stay with football, but let's go ahead and get into this topic here. First of all, I want to say congratulations to LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers and their fans, true fans, on winning the NBA championship in the bubble. But what we want to talk about here is the GOAT debate. Because you see, all we ever hear all the time is LeBron is the GOAT, Jordan is the GOAT. Now, by looking at this gray hair on my face, obviously, you know I'm going to say Jordan is the GOAT. And I say that because Michael Jordan was a pure assassin on the court. You know, you can talk about the 6-0 in the championship round, but he was a pure assassin. A pure assassin. It took a lot to beat Michael Jordan. And if you did beat him, trust me, he was going to remember it. And he's going to come right back at you. Even harder the next time. Now, LeBron James is a great player. Now, my beef with LeBron is that he went to, he was drafted by Cleveland. And then he had this big spectacle to go to Miami. They formed a super team in Miami with him, Wade, and Bosh. And the rest of the bench was just role players. And he was there for 4 years and he only won 2 rings. And I think he went to the finals all 4 years, if I ain't mistaken. I know it was 3. It might have been all 4 years, but didn't get it done. It was a super team. You were supposed to be there. You're supposed to bring in 4 championships. Didn't happen. And one of those championships that he did get, people tend to forget that, the fans had left the stadium. Spurs had it won, and Ray Allen pulls a rabbit out of the hat. But comparing these two, obviously Jordan has more rings and more MVPs, and Jordan's got just as much hardware as LeBron, which probably more. They both have top-selling sneakers. But as I said, Jordan was just an assassin. And that's just something that you don't see. Or at least it's something I don't see in the league today. Watching these playoffs in the bubble, really all I saw was guys running up and down the court shooting 3-pointers. Guy gets rebound. The offensive team gets a rebound. Rather than put it back up, they kick it back out to another guy to shoot another 3-pointer. That's basically what I saw. So there's different eras. Totally different eras. And people may not agree, but I don't think LeBron James would. I don't think he would be happy or he would last in the Jordan era. Because you got to remember now, when Jordan was playing, there were, the game was called different. It was a lot tougher. And of course, these are just my opinions. The game was called a lot tougher. It was played a lot tougher. Now, as I said before, all I see is guys shooting 3-pointers, running up and down the court. So, as far as I'm concerned, Jordan is always going to be the GOAT. LeBron could win. It was really going to take LeBron to win about 10 more rings for my mind to be swayed. All right, y'all, man. That's my time, man. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, smash that thumbs up for me. Hit that share button. Subscribe to the channel. And set your notifications to all so you'll know when I'm going live, bringing some content to you. If you're in the Facebook group, please, by all means, don't hit the like button. Hit the heart button. Smash that heart button. And help spread this word. Share this as well. And that's going to be my time, man. So it's your boy Big L. I appreciate y'all sitting with me talking a little sports. I ain't the most knowledgeable guy in the world. But hey, it's my damn show. I can do what I want to. But y'all have a great night. God bless. And I'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. I'll be back on Monday. Monday at 7 o'clock. We're going to get it in before the Cowboys and the Cardinals game. Monday, 7 o'clock. Going to get all that content in. And then I'm going to watch my Cowboys win. All right. So y'all have a great day, man. I appreciate y'all. A great evening, rather. And I appreciate and love each and every one of you. I'm out. Deuces.